All right, my favorite humans. Welcome back to week 9. We're going to do the overview and then I do have a journal question for you. So, jumping straight in. So on the schedule before it said that we would have a guest speaker. There's just too much going on, y'all. There's just way too much going on. So, as of right now, we do not have a guest speaker. If the person I would like to come is able to come, I'll let you know, but for now, it's just going to be us getting back into the groove of things, trying to finish up this semester. Hopefully, everyone feels good about that part. Then I moved some assignments around. One, I am behind in grading, which is not normal for me. Um, and I want to make sure I give you feedback. And we were able to talk about it in class. And because I missed week 7 and week 8, life was lifing. I was like, let's move these assignments, let's move things around, let's just lighten the load for me and you. So please pay attention to that. You're always welcome to turn things in early, but things have moved. Everything on the main Canvas page is correct, but because we changed stuff on the main Canvas page, that means that the syllabus schedule is no longer correct. So follow the main Canvas page, please. Then for this week, you're covering chapter 15 in DSM TR Made Easy, chapter 13 in our psychopharmacology book, and then we have abolition and substance use. Dr. Darius Green is excellent. He has a couple of things in there. I'm excited to talk about what abolition looks like, if it's even possible, especially in 2025. Then week 9, rocking and rolling. And then journal check 2. So just like before, bring your journals to class. We'll go over it. Easy peasy. As long as you're writing something, you're getting the points. Oh, hallelujah. Okay. So that's it. That's the overview. So if you want to stay for the journal question, we're going to transition into the journal question now. Let's do it. Okay. So journal question. We're talking about abolition this week. And I've been thinking a lot. I've been deep in reflection and deep in thought of what does abolition look like right now in 2025, in October 2025 when I'm recording this. In October 2025, when the government is currently in a full shutdown, what does abolition look like? What does it mean for us as therapists? How do we move forward? Oof, what would it look like for us to create the life that we want? So let me stop sharing. So part of this thinking, part of this reflection, I'm an old soul and I've lived through a couple of government shutdowns. This government shutdown feels so different. And I don't know if it's just the accumulation of everything we've seen happen this semester, of everything our program has gone through, um, things we've gone through individually, and then as a class, just the list is listing. It's just like boop, 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 nonstop. So in these questions, I am sitting with this first question of what does abolition and social justice look like in 2025? And as you head towards graduation, as you see yourself as a therapist and a counselor, what does it look like for us to embody, incorporate, and lean into changes when it comes to abolition? If you are not aware, this is even more salient right now that the CACREP standards have changed, and the CACREP standards has essentially deleted the request or the striving towards diversity, equity, and inclusion. That the DEI conversation is a different video, but when we're thinking about what does it look like right now for us, really thinking about how does abolition show up for you, if at all? And what does social justice look like for you, if at all? In our profession, the counseling profession is very much so grounded in advocacy. You could let me know if you believe that or not. But the question for us today is, in what ways can I actively contribute to dismantling systems of oppression in my community and practice? Um, this is a hard question to answer as someone who is licensed as well. Uh, like to be part of KCRAP, to be part of licensure, to be in systems that are very expensive and by nature of the expense to maintain licensure can be oppressive. There's lots of things to think about how we dismantle things. There's lots of ways that it is possible to do this work. And like every other week, it 100% always starts with us. So when you're answering this question, I want you to consider two things. So the first thing is identify actions you can take, such as advocacy, education, or community engagement. And then consider the role of privilege in your life and how it can be used to support marginalized communities. Often people think about marginalization in terms of race and ethnicity. I want you to expand marginalization, especially in this current 2025, of what does marginalization look like when it comes to class? What does marginalization look like when it comes to education access? Everything what we knew before is drastically changing, and we have to change with those times. And I don't know what that looks like, but this is an opportunity for you to really think about where your future practice is going to go and how you want to contribute to your community, whether it's community here in Colorado or it's abroad, wherever your community is. Really thinking about what is the work I want to do, and in this work, how do I dismantle systems of oppression through my practices, through my advocacy, through my education, but especially through my community engagement. And we have talked in depth what different levels of community engagement looks like. And so reminding yourself of that, like in my advocacy archetype, what does my community engagement look like then? All right, that's it. That's all I got. So I'm excited to hear what you come up with. In the meantime, I hope that all of you are doing well, and I am excited to rejoin forces this week. I will see you on Thursday.